Friends and family, we're gathered here today to mourn the loss of our dear friend Matthew Dollar Money.
Tyler, I'm still, dog,
It's
I'm
like,
still in here.
sometimes I can almost still hear him.
Tyler,
Let me get my composure.
Tyler,
Matthew
still
was
in the
a
fucking
composer
box.
known
Let me
for the
out, man.
Friday Night Funkin'
I'm not
mod
dead.
known as Versus Cyrus. Wait, sorry, that says Versus Cyrix. Friday Night Funkin' mod known as Versus Cyrix. As a result of this tragic loss,
Tyler,
there will
I'm
be
not
no
dead.
custom segment for this month's video. I hope you all understand.
What up, everyone? For once, it's not 1 a.m. in the last third of the month as I'm writing the script, so hopefully you all aren't seeing this super late again. My name is MattJJ_, and I'm here as usual to take you through all the accomplishments for July. Let's not wait around and jump straight in. Editor's note, it is currently August 27th as I record this, and this episode being late is like 60% my fault. Sorry guys, rip. Of course, we have to start this month with one of my most favourite accomplishments of the year so far. Amber Sky gave us the third ever single-person egoless Tech FC, and this includes all 10 acts, not just the more popular Act 9. She did this with daily uploads of Acts 1 through 8, before giving us Act 9 and 10 a few days later, as well as the hour-long video showcasing the entire song. An absolutely phenomenal achievement that every one of you should definitely check out. Amazing work, Amber. Now we have another absolutely insane achievement with our good friend Golden Plate, who seems to be coming for Shmooey's Space Race crown. He got the first ever 90% speed Space Race FC earlier in the month, which is an outrageous achievement, even slowed down by 10%. He also nabbed the fourth ever one-person full speed tech, and the second ever Racing D to EFC. I cannot believe that we are actually seeing a legitimate race for the first ever Space Race FC. And if we're mentioning the fourth ever Space Race tech, we have to mention the third ever tech that also happened this month. Unsurprisingly, it was Fog Satra who claimed that honour, and he could be a contender for a potential three-way race to the top soon. He also got a Solus 4 abridged FC early in the month, a very short chart only containing the hardest bits of Solus 4, with Machinations A, Solo of a Robot A, and Stepping B to Breaker, amongst others. Next up we have Leo, who went on an absolute tear this July. He started off with a Tech FC of 52 Blue Mondays at 140% speed. And yes, I'm well aware I said the name wrong last time. Serves me right for writing my scripts at 1 in the morning. He also got the first ever FC of Flowering Night Fever later in the month, as well as getting a Tech FC of Crisis City VGH at 150. Both of these are just as ridiculous as each other, with Crisis City in particular being one of the most impressive things I've seen in a long time. On top of that, he got a -6 of Not a Love Song, tacking some insane clips onto the end of the upload, and also gave us Minitage 10, which is somehow even crazier. Keep the madness coming, Leo, we love to see it. Another person that went on a tear this month was Captain Mario with an equally large number of uploads. He gave us a first ever FC of Wave Sequence 2 by Sucky, done after only a couple days back grinding it. He then went on to upload a Chigasm FC, one from a long time ago that he never got around to uploading, and a Tech FC of Crazy Train at 200% speed, that he comedically slowed down in the edit to look like a standard speed FC so that he didn't, quote, butcher the song. He also gave us Caps Clips 17 earlier in the month, packing an impressive 30 clips into just 3 minutes, all of which are ridiculous and clean as hell. Astonishingly, I think the rest of these are all single accomplishments, so I'm going to give you a long-ass quickfire round, and maybe you'll have less of me talking this episode as a result. Doing these in upload order, let's kick off with Blonded, who got an FC of Don't Has AIDS at 110% speed, another classic tapping speed up from them. Myself with Minitage Session 6, Birthday Dump, a smallish upload with some fun tappy clips for once. Elusive with the after montage clip still going crazy, a shorter Minitage with some way more impressive clips than mine had. Just Joshin reclaiming the Minds of the Mad speed record that he got with a Tech FC at 140, just days after Captain Mario's 130% speed tech. Chris Body with an FC of Mordecai by Between the Buried and Me on Pro Drums, done with an optimal path as well, which is nuts. Cassie re-FC Universe is somehow done way cleaner than when she did it last time. Phoenix gave us their first Minitage, a very impressive first showing, leaving me excited for what's to come. Dimlix is back with Clips I Hit After Coming Back from Vacation, a very short mini-tage with some bonkers clips included. Dan gave us a Tech FC of Matt Hardy 999 VGH on hard, which is no mean feat even on a lower difficulty. William gave us a mini-tage with a note letting us know of his temporary retirement from uploads. We hope to see him back soon. Our favourite grade system bot manager Alex FC'd Madness Chimney March, an Oscarist chart that I didn't know existed and now I kinda wanna grind. Tex finally got his very deserved Dismill FC after a ton of reverse chokes. Congrats on finally getting the FC, dude. Zappy Dash got a Tech FC of Phobie Dimpulsen at 120% speed, one that I would love to see him get full song of. Randy Ladyman remembered the password to his YouTube account finally, and gave us an FC of Amber's Spear of Justice chart from Fatty2, a very fun FC and well worth the watch. Edu FC'd the Smash Hits chart of Bark at the Moon at 190% speed, a fitting tribute to the late great Ozzy Osbourne. Bender GH finally got Megalomania++, which is 18 notes per second strumming for almost 5,000 notes, a ridiculous accomplishment and definitely not foreshadowing for August. Rakshi Boy gave us another blindfolded FC with Far From Midian Sky by Torian, amazingly with only 2 ghosts. Maui came back after 2 years away from uploads, giving us a Mechanical Madness Plus FC, which has some crazy fast trips and strumming bursts. Ryansba got an FC of Supernovae Uber Solo F, an absolutely batshit short form FC that is still impressive each time someone new FCs it. Cassie gave us Cassitage 2025 on her birthday, the shortest in the series at only 13 minutes long, but is still packed with ridiculous sections as usual. And to close us off, Sended is back on Clone Hero, giving us a crazy streak on the Carpal Tunnel Hero 3 solo medley chart. Holy shit, that was a lot to go through. Seems like we had a lot of mini-tags this July. That brings us to the end of the accomplishments and also the end of my segments for this month. I've been your host, MattJJ_. Enjoy the rest of the video.
Good morning, good evening, and good night, everyone. This is Miscellany speaking, everyone's favorite charter, even if you don't know it yet. And I'm here to cover the long chart section of this PIM episode. Let's not waste any more time though, we do have a lot to go through. First, let's dedicate a whole bit to Geometric, who has achieved a total of 6 long charts last month. And let's kick this off with the first ever FC site rate even of Mastodon by Viljarta, charted by Xantor. This album is about 51 minutes of length for a total of 11,088 notes and was the last FC required for the completion of the first Zen charted pack. This is an overall tricky album due to genty riffs and complex forcing at times, and its final track, The Londo Ranger, is considered the album's hardest song, meaning that until the end you will be on edge. Next we have Exercise You Demons by Cliff Diver, charted by Pix_. This album is 29 minutes long for a total of 6,100 notes on the dot and was also a first ever site rate FC. This album is one of 3 albums that got FC'd this month from the indie and alternative music setlist Independence Day. Moving on to Geo's third long chart FC of July, another one from Independence Day, we have Morbid Curiosity by Thingy, another first ever obviously. The album contains 10,573 notes for a length of 33 minutes and was started by Moop Huns. The main challenge for this is the use of extended sustains throughout the whole album, but especially near the end of the chart. And also, mind you, this was done on droplet sustains. Geo, you have issues. Now, this is an FC I was personally looking forward to see happen because I charted it. Geo got the first ever FC of the second Shadow of Intent discography solo medley with a note count of 13,694 notes for a length of 36 minutes. This medley isn't the craziest shredfest, but 36 minutes of constant soloing makes for a decent challenge, especially with a section like Blood in the Sands of Time and its open zig tapping. This marks the final FC for the completion of the second Shadow of Intent discography pack, just in time for the third version to come out soon, and when it's out, get it done. And speaking of discography solo medleys, Geo snagged another one, another first ever, for the Gorodly Solos medley, a medley of every solos from the tech death band Gorod, charted by Ohm and myself. The medley is 36 minutes long for a total of 14,419 notes, and this is the second to last FC required for the completion of the discography pack, leaving the full album chart of Aethra as the final chart to be FC'd from the pack. The chart is littered with a bunch of chording and strumming riffs between solo sections, and the solos are challenging as well. Chromatism is the hardest section of the medley according to Geo. Congratulations Geo for your achievements this month, you're incredible. Now for the second half of this section, let's talk about what everyone else did. First we have Viking with a first ever FC of Catalyst by Weather Eye, a 36 minute long album charted by Xantor, bringing down the count of full albums to FC for Zen Charlotte 4 down to 3. Next, we have So Serious with an FC of My Own chart of 400 pounds back squat by Bill Murray. This is technically our first ever, as this is the updated chart from Independence Day. While this album is short, 23 minutes, and pretty easy, this chart can take your FC out of nowhere if you don't pay close attention, so watch out. Next, we have Delta Rock with an FC of Palimpsest by Protest the Hero. While this is not a first ever, this is a big milestone for the community, as this is the longest documented note streak on an FC on keyboard, with 16,889 notes. The album is 52 minutes long, and if you're not familiar with PTH, they have a lot, and I mean a lot, of tricky rhythms in their music in general. The second to last entry for this month is Luna with an FC of Good Kids 4 by Good Kid, a 16 minutes long EP. Some tricky chording near the end, a little stamina check in the middle. This makes for a great first album/EP entry for someone in general. Highly recommend trying your hands at it. And finally, we have the Debbie of Debbies, Blackett, with the first ever FC of the story Vivid Part 1 by Chevrolet. Major chart taken down from the CTH3 DLC packs, with 16,030 notes, 44 minutes of length, and modern charting techniques such as open notes on top of sustains, mishmash of strums and hopos and taps. This chart is crazy. This is easily one of the best FCs I've personally seen happening recently. Alrighty, it is now time for me to leave and give the mic back. It was a pleasure to cover this section. This was Miscellany. Bonsoir.
Hey everyone, Party Boy here, back with July's console segment, and this month is very drum filled. Get it? So prepared for lots of coverage for some pad smashing. Starting July off with Ace Zero, who got 7 drums FC this month. Those including Skepsis, a roughly 10-minute blast beat chart nightmare, Insanity of the Atoms at 125% speed, which marks as one of the hardest Rock Band Network / drum disc FCs even at normal speed. Eye of Ra, a chart that packs 5 minutes of insane stamina draining hell, an FC of Cunt Crusher, a song with a silly little name packed with plenty of blast beats and fast fills, Water Slide by Chan, a banger of a song, yet a tricky technical drum chart that he was able to FC after about 30 minutes of practice, which is nuts to even think about after looking at how this chart is. Through Our Scars from Flesh God Apocalypse, a very left-hand heavy chart which requires intense stamina throughout the song. And finally, what he considers to be his best drumming FC, Megalomania by Undead Corporation, which if you already know how the song/guitar chart is, you can already imagine the insanity that this chart has, requiring lots of stamina and a lot of tricky crossover fills. This one is really just one that you need to watch just to see how insane this is. You really just go watch it. Just go watch it. Insane month from Ace as usual.
There's no fucking way, dude. Oh my God.
Next up, with only a single but nasty accomplishment, our drumming legend Birdman EXE got a first ever FC of Xenochrist on double bass. A crazy leg workout and demon of a chart, as it requires some nasty speed and stamina for those double pedal segments throughout the song. This was a song that was stated to go FC'd on double bass for some time, but time and time again, Birdman just shows us how it's done. He's just that guy. He's just that guy. Moving over to Blue Bro, who also got a plethora of Rock Band 3 drum FCs this month, including Day of Mourning, which they state is a re-FC and packs a few tricky trills, Magic Bus, a chart with an outro that has some fast and tricky parts sprinkled in, Underneath the Cenotaph, try saying that 10 times fast, packing in plenty of blast beats, and they were also able to get this within 14 minutes, so that's very nice. Raining Blood, known for its chart on GH3, but packs a nasty drum chart that has a very fast and tricky outro. They also state they wanted this FC for a year and got the FC within 10 whole minutes of actually trying. Alpha Strike, a pretty mellow chart but has some very, very fast rolls about halfway through the song. Last of those drum FCs is Young Man Blues. This song is mostly mellow, but there's a lot of tricky areas that you have to keep a sharp eye for, as it can be very fast rolls or very tricky crossovers, or both. And it was also stated that it was a very monumental accomplishment for Blue. So for this one, again, I'd recommend that you especially check this one out, as it's just nasty to see how crazy this one is. That wraps up our drum mini segment we had, in which we had more drums FCs this month than we had guitar FCs. With that mention, for our guitars FCs, we start off with Crazy continuing his console adventure, getting The Light That Blinds, 6, Trogdor, and Beast and the Harlot on GH2 Deluxe. And again, don't let the Deluxe fool you, it's still some very nice FCs. In addition to that, like we briefly mentioned in last month's segment, he also managed to get an FC of Miserloo in the middle of a Guitar Hero 2 tournament, which is absolutely wild. Great month from Crazy. Next, we have Kira FCing Visions guitar on Rock Band 2. While this isn't as noticeable as the bass chart is, this is still a very annoying and messed up chart with the weird tempo changes. He also finished a Guitar Hero Rock the 80s full game FC, finishing off with a Ballroom Blitz FC, which is absolutely disgusting, and again, very nice full game FC. Great work. Now over to a quick FC. Kay Evans ported the previously scrapped I Want Candy from GH80s and loaded it back onto real hardware and managed to FC it. This song isn't terribly hard, but the lore behind this song is what makes it worth it. Moving over to GH Guy, who finished up a full game FC of Lego Rock Band, finishing out with an FC of Short and Sweet, which its first solo can be a little tricky, as well as Monster, a very annoying song due to its solo needing to be very precise with the strumming, in which they stated they needed to use every single hopo throughout the strumming in the solo. Amazing work. For our team accomplishment for this month, Zuppy Wave got a co-op FC of Soothsayer on Guitar Hero 3. After their co-op full game FC last month, they quickly moved over to some DLC songs and FC'd this. Notably on lead, having some insane shreddy solos throughout the song, although Rhythm doesn't have anything too spectacular, but to play through the slow burn stuff for 9 minutes is a struggle in itself, so nice work, you two. Lastly, for the month, we finish off with our GOATs, Alec and Dark Eye, with a co-op FC of Through the Fire and Flames on Fortnite Festival, which is an absolutely insane accomplishment and might be one of the greatest Fortnite Festival's accomplishments so far, if not the best. Knowing how iffy the festival engine can be, and pairing it with a very hard chart done by 2 people, makes for a very, 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 very nice accomplishment indeed. Great work for the both of you.
Let's fucking go! That's what I'm talking about, baby. I'm roasted right now, baby. Woo-hoo! Come on. Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go! Woo! Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go! Woo! What the fuck? Are you kidding me?
And that wraps up the console segment for July 2025. This is Party Boy, off to crash another party.